Hello and welcome to Coffee and Bonsai with Tom. Today we're going to approach the goal of making a bonsai pot out of this chunk of lava. I've owned this piece of lava for, I don't know, it has to be 25 years, probably more. And it kind of has an interesting story about where I acquired it. I got it while visiting Elandon Gardens, which is just to the west of Seattle here. And it's owned and run by Dan Robinson, who is just an incredible bonsai artist. I mean, the man he's a veteran, he's entertaining, he's knowledgeable. He has defined his own style of bonsai, and he's really a legend in his own time. Just incredible. And I'll tell you, if you visit Seattle, you must go to Elandon Gardens. The place is just fabulous. And Dan and his wife run it, and they're usually there. I mean, I don't know how many times I've been there over the years, but he's there and walking around, very approachable guy. It's just a fabulous place, and I really recommend checking it out if you're in the area. Absolutely. So let's take a look at this lava rock. It's a nice piece. I think it'll make a nice bonsai pot. I think the first thing I have to decide is, do I want to have it like in this orientation or, this way, or this way? Because, it's not really flat, so I'm going to have to prop it up. I'll just use some pieces here for now. Maybe I'll use these when I put a planting in there, but sort of have to decide how we want it. I could see this, and then I can kind of mound the soil up, maybe use some muck around the edge of the lava so that I can sort of fill it up. It just depends on how much soil I can get in there. But the soil could go reasonably high, and then the plants could be, as high as I want, but certainly several times higher than the pot would look absolutely fine. So that's definitely one option. So let me take one more look at this. Then I'd have to decide on a front or a back as well. And I'm just kind of imagining trees in there, but I think it could work this way, right? I mean, I'm not sure. They both seem similar. I sort of like this more as the front, I guess. But let me consider some other options, because another way is to have it sit this way, which I kind of like because you can really see the rock. And I would definitely have to use muck in this case to come along the front edge to get enough soil in there. But what I'm wondering, and if I do that is, if I imagine this is a tree, right? You sort of, it's going to look a little odd when the tree, like if it was a super short tree, I think it would work fine. But as you get taller, you're going to see whatever's behind it. And, I could flip it this way. And it's a little taller. I kind of like how it has sort of a mountain horn look there. Doesn't really want to stay that way, but so I don't know. As I flip it back to this, I think this is probably the way to go, because I think it just gives me more options, and I can put any size trees in there that I want to. Yeah, you can see if I do the same trick here, they can be as tall as I want, because it's basically just a pot. And I'm not really counting on the back of it necessarily to be part of the composition. And I will have to figure out the final angle of the pot. But I think for now, I know enough. I'm going to go with this orientation, and I will get my trusty drill and bits out. And we'll put some holes in here, because I definitely will need drainage so that whatever I put in here can actually can survive long term. So I think I've done a previous video. I've already put the bit on here. I've done this before. It works great. These bits kind of grind right through stuff. I haven't used it on lava, so this will be an experience. So I think first I'll put something under here. I created quite a mess when I did this last time because at least with the bits I use, you need to provide some water or they don't, they kind of burn out the bit. So I definitely like to keep it moist, and then that just leads to a bit of a mess. So it's best to have something under it just to keep that under control. So I'll get ready here. I think I have a sprayer that so I'll just, I'll spray the interior. I'm going to sort of drill the hole from the inside out. I'll try to position it so you can see what I'm doing here. But let me just get this flat so it will hold the water. I think that'll work. And then I'll just moisten this whole area. Just, get it to pool a bit so that, and I'll probably have to spray this as I keep drilling just to, prevent that bit from burning out. But I didn't really, I'm just going to dump some water in there. I couldn't really get enough in with just the spraying. So there we go. I think that'll keep it nice and wet. And, I haven't done this in lava before. It's got a lot of jagginess to it. So I don't know if I have to go in as such a diagonal like I do with pottery, because I'm pretty sure that the lava is going to grip this thing pretty well. But this is quite a bit thicker as well. So we'll just play it by ear and see how it goes. Yeah, it feels like it's working. So again, you don't want to go too fast or you'll burn this thing out. Although, who knows, with lava it might be a little different. But it seems like it's going to town here. Let me see. It is it's thick, but oh, look at that. Hole number 1. So I'm not going to show all the holes. I'll probably put 4 in here. I'm basically just looking at the contours of the rock and trying to figure out where I want these holes to get good drainage. But I wanted to tell you as I work on this a little story about Dan Robinson. It was actually my first Puget Sound Bonsai Association meeting. I moved to Seattle, and I'm not even sure I was a member of the club. I think I just went to it was my first meeting, and I walked in, and this guy comes in, and he's talking. It was Dan, and he's such an entertainer. Like, you really, he's just really a fabulous guy to spend time with. And this tree in there is all the way, and it's a pretty tall ceiling. It's got to be a 7-foot tree. It's big. It's like one of the biggest trees I've seen. And he's talking, and he sort of defines his own style, right? He's a he has his own. It's very rugged American. I kind of see it as Pacific Northwest style. Like when I see the trees around here, I see a lot of. This one's a little tougher. I see a lot of that in his trees. And so anyway, he's about to start his demo, and he pulls out a chainsaw, and he went at this thing with a chainsaw, and then did some some wire, kind of wired some things down, not wrapping wire, but he put guy wires. And I couldn't believe what he accomplished. But a chainsaw, I'd never seen anything like that. Just absolutely amazing. So I think this one's almost through, and like I said, I'm not going to put you through the rest of these. This one is deep. Yeah, there we go. But I will fast forward, and I'll show you what we end up with here. So I socked in a total of 4 holes here, and I'll show those to you. I poured some water in here. I'll take it outside and really drench it and make sure it drains. But you can see the 4. That should give me good drainage, and I can also tie some things in, if I need to. And I think that's kind of a wrap. I definitely wanted to mention that I'll add some links to the video description. Definitely for some YouTube videos of Dan Robinson. I think there's a couple of really good ones I've seen out there, also to Elandon Gardens. And I just wanted to leave you with a parting thought. it's game on, seize the day. Don't wait. I basically sat around with this pot for 25 years, and I'm finally getting around to using it. And who knows what wonderful trees I would have paired with this in that time. So life's short. Take advantage. Make bonsai, make pots, and get yourself to Elandon Gardens. I want to thank you for spending time with me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.